Hey, what's going on, social media family? I hope you are having an absolute amazing day. I got a really awesome prophetic word that I'm going to share with you, and I promise you this word is going to age well. I've actually had this word I've been feeling for probably 4 to 5 weeks. I've been telling a few people and just sharing it. A lot of people are like, man, you when you put this word out there, because it's going to be a very powerful word that is going to help a lot of people in the seasons to come. So one night I was in prayer on one of our corporate prayer gatherings at our church, and the Lord spoke something to me that is just pretty profound, I believe. The Lord said, you are going to hear the prophets, we'll say the prophets are over here, and mainstream media over here. You're going to see them say the same thing. Prophets on one side, mainstream media this way. You are going to see them eventually say the same thing. So I heard that word and I was like, okay. And was listening to the Lord. Lord's always right. And I said, okay, God, this is a pretty good word. And then just over the, next few weeks, you hear all these prophets, even for the last year, talking about the Great Reset, the Great Reset, the Great Reset, the Great Reset. Reset's coming. Even 2-3 years ago, Apostle Dutch Sheets, Prophetess Lana Vosler, talking about the new era. And, and then recently, I've been hearing, now I don't watch a lot of the news, but I do follow a few people maybe on Twitter, and there's some people that I listen to some on like YouTube, and they were talking about we are entering into a new era, a new era, a new era. And I'm like, okay. But you've been hearing people talk about this great reset. Well, then now you're hearing the media world talk about this, there's a great reset, a great reset. Now, listen, you always hear the prophets saying it first. Then you start hearing the media saying it, okay? Well, what has the prophets been saying for the last 18 months, 2 years about the wealth transfer? This is going to be the greatest wealth transfer you've ever seen. And so I'm really leaning into that word, and I got some different things that I feel, I'm positioning my family for the wealth transfer according to the Spirit of the Lord. Then also there's things in the natural that you can do. But then the other day, I heard these news people come out, and they just said, there is a great wealth transfer. We've never seen a wealth transfer. Basically, they're saying verbatim what the prophets were saying 18 months ago, 2 years ago. So you need to understand, when the prophets say something, which always comes first, what does the word say? The Lord says that I will never do anything unless I tell my prophets I'm doing it first. You're hearing wealth transfer, new era, reset. Now the media is coming in. And then people are like, the media says reset. Listen, the prophet's been saying it for years. The media is saying wealth transfer. Listen, we've been saying it for years. And so all of this is happening. But the Lord says when you see the two come together, it will bring power to the prophetic. But then also you will know that it is upon us when things really happen. A lot of times you could listen to old prophecies from Kim Clement, and he had so many things that he said that has actually happened. There's a lot of different prophetic voices that I remember listening to 4, 5, 6 years ago. Things they said have now came to pass. And it's almost like that the mainstream media has been echoing what the prophet said in the last season. So you're about to see an unplanned collaboration between prophetic voices, which always come first, and then the media coming. And what I really feel the beauty is behind this word is people are going to say, okay, now to be prepared, we need to listen to the prophet. It's like there's some people I know, good believers, good Christian brothers, but they don't follow prophets. They're like, man, I hear there's a wealth transfer coming. I said, oh yeah, man, I had a word on that a year ago. Different people have had words on that 18 months ago, 2 years ago. Manuel Johnson, Cindy Jacobs, Apostle Maldonado, they were all talking about cryptocurrencies a year, 18 months ago. And now, just over the last few days, you've seen an incline. They said it was coming. You've seen them, a lot of prophets talk about things that are now prepared. I remember before 2020, I was in a meeting with Chuck Pierce and Dutch Sheets, and they prophesied everything that was coming to 2020. They prophesied in part, and I remember I came home and I told my wife, I said, something's going to happen in 2020. We need to position ourselves because the prophets have said so. And then y'all know about 2020. And so prophetic voices will lead the way, and if you will listen to them, they will position you for when the world comes, things that happen. People get caught off guard in the world all the time. The true believers that lean into the prophetic will not be caught off guard. They're not going to be. Because, they're leaned into the things of the Lord. And so here's how it happens. The prophets are speaking and you're listening, you're taking notes. And then all of a sudden you're positioned. Then when things from the world come in and start happening, you're prepared. That's how a lot of the wealth transfer is going to happen. The children of God are already positioned. They're listening to the right people. A lot of times I may, a prophet may talk about, I'm just going to throw some stuff out there, okay? Real estate or stocks or cryptos or different things. And they may say something from the Lord. Like I remember one time I woke up and I kept seeing 3 letters in a prophetic dream. It was a stock. I didn't know what it was, and I went and bought it. And it went skyrocketed. The Lord will tell people what's coming before it comes. And then so many people that they say they're believers are like, I had no idea, this caught me off guard. I'm like, everybody in my circle been talking about it for 2 years, and the world just caught up. We were prepared. You gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared. Listen to the prophets. Have you a prophetic voice in your life that can speak life over some things? It's coming together. And a lot of people like, I remember in one of my videos, somebody came at me real hard on social media, and they said, oh, if this prophet you're talking about is so good, how come they didn't say everybody in 2020, there was going to be something happen, and we were going to be, kind of shut down for a while. And I'm like, I was actually in a service with the prophet you're talking about when they prophesied it months before it happened. When you understand the word, see, the problem with believers is they say they read the word, but they don't believe the word. The Lord will always tell the prophet first. And then there's people that's not caught off guard. And then who stewards what's going on? The believers. So, point I'm trying to say from this prophetic word is the church has been saying reset for 2 years, and now you hear it in the news. That's where I've never seen the righteous forsaken, and they ain't gonna be begging for bread. because they're going to know what's coming. They're going to know what's going on. And so you're going to see these two come together, the prophetic and mainstream media. Okay? And when it happens, you will know what to do. See, when the prophetic lines up and the media is happening, so they're reporting what's already happening, people are like, oh my gosh, what do we do? The prophetic people are like, we've been sitting here ready for a year. Hope y'all are tracking with me on this. So, that's what I got for you. Hope this helped you. Hope you glean. And remember, listen, if you're prophetic or you're rolling with prophetic people are going to come against you, think you crazy. And then when that word manifests that you said, when that word manifests, don't nobody come and apologize for what they did or said. They don't. So, don't worry about it. Everything we do is as unto the Lord. Okay? I love you guys. I hope y'all have a super blessed day. Hey, if you need prayer, go to my website, joejoedawson.net. Go to the contact button, hit it. There's a place for prayer. I love praying for people. Love you guys.